Welcome to the Liquid Sports Show, and this is Carabao Cup final preview. Of course,
featuring
Arsenal taking on Manchester City at Wembley Stadium.
Number one in the league currently will be meeting number two, and of course in a blockbuster of a match, the master meets who? The apprentice. And for Arsenal, it could be their first trophy in the quest for the quadruple. And for Man City, maybe their only trophy this season, who knows? Because the Champions League, they are out. In the league, they are chasing shadows.
Chasing FA Cup, actually.
FA Cup, they play Liverpool. You never know what happens, but it is what it is. So there's so much stake in this game because for them, actually last season they finished trophyless. Man, they finished trophyless.
Could be really bad for Guardiola if it happens.
Yeah, and for the fact that he's almost exiting, to exit without a trophy might be something, I don't know.
Damaging.
For sure.
That's what we can call it.
Especially after investing so much in the squad. Bringing in...
Not only investing, they brought two players
who will work in January transfer window.
Exactly. Yes. So you look at what is happening now. If City without Gueye and Semenyo,
you wonder where they would be, because right Semenyo has scored so many goals ever since he came in.
Yes.
Gueye has been a good defender, save from that time I've seen, was it Bernardo or someone? They shook him. In the Champions League. Did you see that?
It was at
Valverde.
It was at Bernabeu.
Yes, Valverde.
Where he was falling, and I saw Arsenal fan laughing like I was playing Rob. Was it
crazy, man?
This never happened.
Yeah, anyway. Crazy, man. But let's focus on the EFL Carabao Cup. Let's see who can win, and we will begin maybe from the team news point of view.
Let's start with the team news, and of course, let's start with Arsenal. Arsenal, they've been missing their captain, Martin Odegaard, who has been out with a knee injury for some matches. He also didn't feature in their win
against Leverkusen.
The recent match on Tuesday against Bayer Leverkusen. So all said and done, I think Trossard had picked up a knock and he returned. However, Timber missed out.
Yes,
after
he didn't play the Leverkusen
after picking up an injury as well. Then, of course, long-term injury from Mikel Merino. Other than that, I think the rest of the Arsenal squad should be fine.
Should be fine. And maybe just to add to that, those three players, Arsenal have a very good squad depth right now. That those three players might not be missed so much.
Yes.
Because for Timber's case, you still have
Ben White, and also in the absence of Ben White, Mosquera has been
can still play at the right back.
He played there against
Bayer Leverkusen in the first leg, right? Was it?
Even the second leg,
right?
Was brought in as well. So
exactly.
I think they're covered.
Martin Odegaard has Eze in his position. And Eze has been stepping up, and that goal against Leverkusen was just amazing anyway. And
Bukayo Saka also plays number 10 role because Madueke has been performing magic on the
other wing.
So it's really okay.
And then for Trossard side of things, we also have Martinelli.
We have Martinelli.
Do the job. So I think for Arsenal squad, it's strong as possible to go head to head with what we have for Man City. And for Man City, they only have one player missing. Josko Vardy. The rest of the players
should be fit
very much available.
Now the question is, the biggest question many people will be asking, because we're still discussing about team news, is will it be Kepa
or David Raya starting?
Will it be Donnarumma or Trafford?
All right. I think, in my opinion, because we do these things, but still the managers are the ones to decide.
Yes.
I feel like every team will try to field their best teams, and
the strongest.
Provided this is the time where maybe on Arsenal's point of view, they need to make that statement. They play the best 11. And same so for Man City. I think they will play Donnarumma because they know this is the chance for silverware this season. So, maybe in terms of form, and this is obvious to see, man.
Obviously, when you take a look at the form, Arsenal have been doing well. I think in the last 5 or 6 games, they've had only a single draw.
Man. Just one draw.
Happened against...
Was it?
Most recent, I think it happened against
Leverkusen, the 1-1 draw.
The 1-1 draw in the last, let's say, 5 games, fixtures, because they've done so well. For Manchester City, it's been chaos. Losing the recent match against Real Madrid, they
twice.
they lost recently to Real Madrid 2-1. Previously, they had
drawn to West Ham
1-1, and they had lost to Real Madrid a proper thrashing 3-0.
And they had again drawn with another team before in the Premier League, I think.
Yes. I remember.
There's another draw in
Forest.
Forest, yes, 2-2 draw.
Forest 2-2 draw.
Man.
So in the last, let's say,
5,
picked like
they've only won 1 in the last 5. Which is
but for a final doesn't need that kind of thinking. However, momentum also
matters. Yes. All right. So that is the form, and maybe head-to-head, because that is also usually very important in these kinds of situations. And I think for head-to-head, it's easy to see the last 5 or 6 games. I think Man City have not been able to beat Arsenal.
Yes, I remember, because this season they've met once with a 1-1 draw, which happened at Emirates Stadium. Previously, they had also drawn 2-2 at Etihad.
And Arsenal winning 5-1.
They were thrashed 5-1. They had also picked another draw where we saw, was it the one which, was it Trossard getting a red card?
Yes.
And they also drew at Emirates, I think. In the last 5 games, it's been a single win.
A single win for Arsenal and a couple of draws in there. Man, I think it tells you that Arsenal have stepped up in this tie. And especially defensively, not just defensively, even offensively. When they get that opportunity, they sting really bad. So maybe in the last time these two teams met in the Carabao Cup, was it a final?
It was a final. It was a final. I think it happened in 2018. And it was one of the worst performances for Arsenal. It was expected, because the squad
wasn't so good at
this
point,
squad
at that point.
Has grown, has evolved. When you take a look back in the days, they had, I think Peter Cech was in between the posts. And remember, the other side was Sergio Kun Aguero. They had the likes of KDB.
They had a very good squad.
Likes of Silva, they had a very good squad. Arsenal had the likes of Mustafi at the back. They had, I think, Nacho Monreal. They played with Granit Xhaka in the midfield and Ozil Aubameyang. It wasn't that good performance, and they lost 3-0. Maybe it's high time or the chance for Mikel Arteta to make this statement. Or maybe for Guardiola to stamp authority and ensure I'm leaving on a good, at least with a trophy. I know Carabao Cup means something when you win it, because we won't call you trophyless. We'll only banter you saying it's a small cup. It happened with United. It happened with City also, I think in 2021, if I'm not wrong. So that was the
last time these two teams met in the final. But I also remember there's another game in which actually Gabriel Jesus, who's at Arsenal right now, scored in it. So it might have been a quarter-final, and City won 4-1. But we just remembered the final because it's the games that we look up to most of the time. Now, there's another interesting thing about this game, and it's the referee. The referee of this game is Peter Banks. And Peter Banks, it's actually this final is the first domestic final that he's going to be in charge of. And if you know Peter Banks, he actually refereed Chelsea vs Arsenal, where Arsenal won 1-0 courtesy of Kai Havertz. So these are the notable fixtures that he's been able to be in charge of. And for the records, actually, for City's side of things, they've played 10. When he's the referee, they played 10, and with a 50% winning record, which is a bit interesting. And for Arsenal, they played 14 times, and Arsenal have managed to win 10, which is around 71% win rate for this referee. I haven't seen any cards, especially for these two teams. He hasn't sent off anyone in these two teams, and means it's a good record for him. So, we speak about the referee as well, because we know how impactful they are
in the game of football. We've heard statistically, you'll hear the moment Oliver is officiating a certain match, he must have this number of yellow cards, and maybe something like, let's say, a red card as well, controversial decision, because he does that frequently.
Now, maybe it leaves us with, after looking at all that, with the question of, who's gonna win the EFL Cup of 2026? And for me, I'll start. It is the attack of Man City. They have a very good attack, by the way. Against the defense of Arsenal. So it is easy to see Man City trying to attack more, Arsenal probably defending more and trying to control the game more. And it will give us a very end-to-end kind of game, because I don't think these two teams will sit back. So it's it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see how Declan Rice will go against the likes of Rodri in the midfield. Yeah. Also Bernardo. Bernardo has been very integral for Man City ever since he joined, and we're going to see him how he performs. On contrary, on the other side, Eze. And for me, if I have to predict this, Arsenal's defense might make a difference in this one. I mean, we've seen it. Since last season, they've been defending so well, and this season they have actually upped their defending game. And this is, somebody ever said, and I will quote, attack wins you games, and defense wins you titles. And I know you know what I'm about to predict, because I just feel that there is this aura Arteta has created for this Arsenal team that makes them a bit unique. They know how to win. They know how to grind these wins. Even in games where things look so difficult. Against Everton recently, out of nowhere, 2-0. Against Leverkusen, looked like a very difficult game, especially in the first leg. In the second leg, they just found a way and won it. I mean, this team looks a bit balanced now, and I feel like they're going to go and probably sting Man City just 1-0. Or maybe if the game manages to drag all the way to do we have extra time on?
Of course.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe. But I feel like there's just that sting, and Arsenal will defend the rest of the match and overcome Man City. As much as I want Man City to win, I feel like Arsenal are in a better position to beat Man City. And that could be a start of another force for this team, man. And I don't even like Arsenal, but I just feel like they might win this Carabao Cup.
Okay. Interesting. I want to be honest with you with this Carabao Cup. My focus isn't there.
What's your focus on?
I don't know why.
What's your focus on?
But this is a game which I've not thought of.
Not much.
Not much. Mm-hmm. I feel my eyes are more fixed on the Premier League more than the Carabao Cup. But since it's here, let's talk about it. You mentioned something very important, because Arsenal have a very good defense, and City have been failing to score goals when they meet a better defense. Yeah. Even saw them like attacking against Madrid, attacking against West Ham, and they couldn't score many goals despite creating a lot of chances. Now, the question is the midfield. We have several players for Arsenal to win this EFL Cup, which need to be very outstanding. So is for Manchester City. Right? Jeremy Doku hasn't been the man we know. Erling Haaland, despite scoring against Real Madrid, hasn't been the Haaland we know. I doubt if how many goals has he scored in the Premier League this year?
I don't think they are more than 7. They should be less than that.
Not even, I doubt. In no competition will be less than 7, but in the Premier League?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
The last
time scoring in the Premier
League. Haaland scored in the Premier League, like you cannot remember. So that's what we call a downfall. You reach a point whereby you're not scoring a lot of goals, and this is what is happening with Haaland. City, they are kind of frustrated. They feel they have a lot of pressure, and Arsenal know we can still lock in and maybe get the Premier League if we lose Carabao Cup. We can lock in and get the Champions League. We still have the FA Cup with a easier fixture compared to the rest of the teams. But now, Mikel Arteta has a tendency of approaching a game differently when facing the top teams, and we saw it against Liverpool at Anfield, Chelsea at Stamford, United at Old Trafford, United at Emirates, Liverpool back at Emirates. I think the teams is managed to beat properly. Let's say Tottenham, who are, of course, struggling. They played well, but things have slowed down. Kinda. They've slowed down for Arsenal. But I have two types of Arsenal I watch, because there is that Arsenal in the Premier League. When Arsenal meets Premier League teams, mostly they play low block.
And so that's they struggle to create a lot of chances.
Exactly. In games. Because I was like, now, the way we played against Leverkusen, if we play the same in the reverse fixture, then chances of we scoring goals could be minimal. But now, by Leverkusen knew they have to attack, and also Arsenal had to attack, and that's why you saw kind of entertaining football. We've seen it in the Champions League against Inter Milan, against a very good team, Bayern Munich, another very good team. But these teams which play low block, we played with, let's say against Wolves, let's say against Brentford, Brighton. Those are teams like trying to sit back. Now, if Man City, of which I know they will attack, and Arsenal will attack, will have very good entertaining football. I could have said Rodri will make a very huge difference, in the midfield, but this is not the Rodri before. Rodri has really changed. You can see even struggling against small teams and to a point of getting booked. So Donnarumma will be the game changer for citizens like this weekend.
But for goalkeepers, sometimes you can't do. I mean, if things are coming, like let's say the Madrid game, if things are coming differently, you might save one, not all of them. Well, yeah, but goalkeepers do make a difference.
They do make a difference, and he was the difference maker when Arsenal faced PSG last season. Now, straight to now, my predictions, I expect Raya should start because, like you said, you have a chance of a silverware, so you have to field your best team. And I think Arsenal have this chance of fielding
the best 11.
The best 11, that means Raya, he has been outstanding. A lot of clean sheets and adding more every, if not midweek, on weekends. Now, a final is a final, approach differently. I don't expect a lot of goals, but unless a team makes a mistake. Now, I'm not seeing more than 2 goals in this game. Okay, the team which scores first has a chance of
winning it.
And Arsenal are kind of favorites on paper. And I'm going to give them something like 1-0 victory, and if not, there is a possibility of this match ending
in a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw,
going all the way.
Then we stretch. That's where maybe
it can be decided.
But for now, Arsenal to win this game 1-0 or a draw of 1-1. If it goes to extra time, you can predict for yourself.
Exactly. If you are disagreeing with our prediction, because I can see we have a common prediction in this.
Yes.
Let us know in the comment section who you think will be the 2026 EFL Cup winner. Well, also, hit a like on this video, comment with who you think will win, and until another final, my name is Brian.
They call me Vincent.
And this
is the Liquid Sports Show.